has come. You all knew it was coming eventually, that I was going to be doing a Patriots rebuild, and here it is. I didn't want to wait any longer. So, as you know, we have a very limited time left with Tom Brady. If we go and check out our team here, obviously we got Brady, James White. I'm actually going to be starting Sony Michel, because I'm going to put James White on the trade block. I know, most Pats fans would yell at me for doing that, but also I'm going to add Dontrell Inman to the trade block, because, as we all know, Josh Gordon was reinstated recently, so John Simon and Chase Vinovich. I'm actually going to start Vinovich. Like, it looks like a bad idea on paper, but I'm going to go for it. We got Pat Chung, Deron Harmon. We're going to put Deron Harmon on the trade block as well. See, just to see what we could get for him. And then I didn't want to do that. We also have Obi Melifonwu here too, but we'll see what happens there. Now, we only have the one X factor in we're going to move N'Keal Harry up there. We only have the one X factor on offense and defense in Brady and Gilmore, so we'll see what we can do with all that in play here. Now, N'Keal Harry, I am thinking of starting here, or at least putting him third on the depth chart. Oh, who's our okay, no. Why isn't Edelman my slot receiver? I don't know, but we'll figure all that out here in a minute, and I will see you guys at the start of year number 1. Alright, so here are the offers we have for James White. One from Indy, one from Kansas City. The Kansas City offer looks a lot better because it gives us a second round for next year, which, depending on where we end up picking, I could use that as leverage to possibly trade up for Trevor Lawrence to take over for Tom Brady. But who knows? But we are going to take that Kansas City deal, by the way. Alright, so our next trade block deal was for Deron Harmon. Cleveland was the only one that put up an offer. We'll get a third round for next season and a fifth for this year, so we're going to take that deal. Alright, y'all, here we are. The Pats. Year 1, 87-79. I mean, I could try some drafting cheese, but I'm not going to worry all about that right now. But yes, this is what our team's looking like at the moment. Still going to start Chase Vinovich, though. We even cut Ryan Allen, which, like, well, let me do a generate best lineup first. Why? We're going to put N'Keal Harry in the slot. Train him up there. Use Dorsett more for a... I still don't know why they're not putting Edelman in the slot, because that's kind of his thing. But, you know, I don't make these choices. We're going to move N'Keal up to receiver number 3. But alright, I will see you at the midway point. Oof. So we're at the midway point. We are 4-4. Not, I mean, not great, but not bad either. The Jets are 6-1. Wow. I guess. But we did re-sign Tom Brady for a 1 year. We are going to obviously, well, Joe Tooney is more important to our re-sign long term. He just wants a little more salary. I mean, Devin McCourty, I can eat him a 1 year bag. Oof. We are going to re-sign Josh Gordon. And we are going to re-sign Van Noy as well. Otherwise, outside of Joe Tooney, everyone else can get yeeted. We'll see over the course of the year if star devs, dev trade increases and whatnot. But Joe Tooney is going to be our main one to get in the re-signing portion. And I'll see you at playoff time. So, for the first time in what feels like forever, the Patriots did not make the playoffs. Which is weird for a Tom Brady-led team. So, our record ended up being 9-6-1. Oh, wow. How close were we to... So the Chargers were the number 1, the Titans are number 2, the Jets are number 3, Bills are 5, Browns are 4, Colts are 6. A half a game behind the Colts and the Chiefs. We could have squeaked in as a wild card, but unfortunately that will not happen. But I will see you at the Pro Bowl roster. So here we are with the Pro Bowl rosters. Tom Brady making the Pro Bowl. James Devlin made the Pro Bowl. No Patriot receiver. Benjamin Watson made the Pro Bowl. Not Shaq Mason made it in. So far, none of our defense has made it in. Not even Stephon Gilmore made it. I thought for sure Gilmore would have made it in, but either way. Now let's check our stats on the year. How? 4,600 yards, 49 touchdowns, 9 picks. Brady had like his second, I'd say his second best year. Sony Michel, 1,000 yards, but only 4 touchdowns. Burkhead got 5, Damian Harris got 4, then 1 for Brian Hoyer. Devlin got 1, Demaryius Thomas got 1. And receiving, Benjamin Watson led the team in catches with 1,039 yards, 13 scores. Edelman, 7 yards short of 1,000 yards season, 8 touchdowns. N'Keal Harry had 13 touchdowns, 850 yards. Demaryius had 6 TDs. Michelle had 4. Burkhead had 4. So let's see defensively here. Kyle Van Noy led the team in tackles and tackles for loss. And our sacks, Dante Hightower had 10. Michael Bennett with 6.5, 5.5 for Lawrence Guy, 5 for Chase Vinovich, 4.5 for Van Noy, and 2 for Dietrich Wise. Interceptions, Pat Chung led the team with Van Noy and Jamie Collins, of all people, with 2 each. I'm surprised that Gilmore did not lead the team in picks. Must be a down year for him. So no kick return touchdowns, and Edelman had a punt return touchdown this year. Excellent. Going into the yearly award, that's weekly. Going into the yearly awards, though, Marcus Mariota won MVP. Tom Brady was number 2. Coach of the year went to Sean Payton. In the AFC, that's the NFC. I wanted the AFC. Mariota, Offensive Player of the Year. Tom Brady, number 2. No other paths from there. Defensive Player of the Year went to Miles Jack, with Kyle Van Noy coming at number 7. Offensive Rookie of the Year, our boy N'Keal Harry. Hell yeah. Damian Harris was number 4. Defensive Rookie of the Year went to Devin Bush. Chase Vinovich at number 8. So, a lot of individual success, but, you know, it didn't really translate much to wins. It's Saints and Titans in the Super Bowl. So, I will see you at the re-sign period. That's something you don't see often. The Titans won the Super Bowl over Drew Brees and the Saints. So, like we determined earlier, Joe Tooney is like the person we need to sign. Like, he's the most important. Boom, got him. Everybody else can go. Do I want to keep Obi Melifonwu? Nah. And we are going to throw a 1-year bag at Devin McCourty for much cheaper. Yup, he's going to run. Not for $13 million am I franchise tagging him. But I can try to get McCourty back in free agency, of which you'll see me if we make a big signing. So right before I hit advanced week here, I've learned that Julian Edelman retired. That you don't see much, because he usually goes at least 2 more seasons in the sim, but, you know, we did end up signing Kareem Hunt, but we missed out on Amari Cooper. So I'm going to have to figure out what I'm going to do with this lack of Edelman situation, and I will see you shortly. So we ended up getting a temporary, like, bridge for Edelman, as you just seen before I hit the button. We ended up signing Emmanuel Sanders. So it's like N'Keal Harry and Josh Gordon are going to be my outside guys. And why is Jared Stidham listed in the wide receiver room? We have Kareem, Sony Michel, and Burkhead now. We have like no tight ends. Oof. Vinovich is going to start. We're going to put John Simon on trade block to see what we can get for him. Did Michael Bennett retire too? Like, geez. We just lost a lot of people, man. So, free safety, we're going to have to look into. So for Emmanuel Sanders is going to be our slot guy. There we go. Set that up. Kareem Hunt's at a superstar dev now, by the way. No. Vinovich is starting. Stop it. And Emmanuel Sanders is going to go down 3. Because I want N'Keal and Gordon to be my deep threats for Mr. Brady. So, it's draft time. I will see you at the end of the draft. So we ended up trading a future second for this year's third and Mike Pennell over to Green Bay for the 7th overall pick. Alright, so at the end of the draft, we went safety heavy in our first 2 picks. Well, first 3, I should say. We ended up going to get Grant Delpit at the 7th overall that we got from the Packers. We're actually going to be dropping Grant down to free safety because we're going to utilize Xavier McKinney at strong safety. Still 78 overall. We also picked up Troy Dye going as a middle linebacker. McKinney, McTelvin Agim. Ooh, what? Prince Tego wanna go? Interesting. Got 7. Ooh. Let's see the dev trade here. Normal, but still 70 overall, so not bad. TJ Vasher, 68 normal. Throckmorton, normal. McTelvin is a normal. Kadir Shepard, let's see, 62 normal. Akira's Tonga is a normal as well. So not bad. Delpit and McKinney are probably going to be day 1 starters. Because we don't have Devin McCourty anymore. And Pat Chung, homeboy's getting old, so I will see you at the beginning of year number 2. Alright, the beginning of year number 2 is upon us. Our said our goal to make the playoffs. Okay, 85 offense, 75 D. This is most likely going to be the last season for Tom Brady. Now, it's going to be sad when Tom finally goes. He might stick around for a 3rd one. Who the fuck knows? You know what I'm saying? Like, Tom might hang out for another year. But ideally, this is, for Brady himself, it's a Super Bowl or bust year. But for all we know, at the end of this season, Mr. Brady's done. So I will see you at the midway point. A play move to possibly get Trevor Lawrence. Alright, so we are now 8 games in, halfway point, 6-2 on the year at this point. As you saw, we did yeet our next 2 first rounds and I think a 2nd to get the Jags' 1st overall pick, which is currently slated for the 4th overall. So, if we go take a look. Yep, it's currently slated for the 4th overall. I'm going to see about trying to move that up to the 1. But we'll see what happens come year's end. Speaking of which, that's where I will see you next. We missed the playoffs at 11-5. Are you seeing this? The Bills ended up winning the division. So let's see how it shook up in the AFC. The Steelers and the Ravens beat us out on the tiebreaker. The Browns are the 1, the Bills are the 2, the 5, the 6, the 3, and the 4. So the Titans did make it back in. But 11-5 did not get us into the postseason. No. It would have gotten us in if we were in the NFC. So 2 straight years of just barely missing the postseason. Like, what? This is kind of upsetting, actually, and I will see you at Pro Bowl time. Alright, so here we are at the Pro Bowl roster. Ravens and the Falcons made the Super Bowl, by the way. Tom Brady in the Pro Bowl, QB1. Kareem Hunt made the Pro Bowl, as did James Devlin. Emmanuel Sanders made the Pro Bowl for us. We had, like, nobody there. David Andrews made the Pro Bowl, as did Shaq Mason. Okay. Still no, but both of our rookie safeties made the Pro Bowl. Let's go. But still no Stephon Gilmore in the Pro Bowl, which is a little weird, but we're gonna fast forward here, see who wins the Super Bowl, which I'm gonna bet is the Ravens. And we also have the yearly awards here. We'll go over the stats shortly after. Baker Mayfield, the MVP. Tom Brady, number 2. Coach of the Year went to Sean McDermott. Nerd Belichick at number 4. Tom Brady was the Offensive Player of the Year for the AFC. Defensive Player of the Year was Myles Garrett, with Xavier McKinney coming in at number 6. Offensive Rookie of the Year went to Tua Tagovailoa with no... I almost picked up this kid, by the way, with no Patriots on the offensive ball. Isaiah Simmons wins the Defensive Player of the Year. Xavier McKinney, number 3. And Grant Delpit, number 10. I feel that McKinney or Delpit should have won it, but hey, I don't get to make those choices. Quick upgradey sesh. But let's see now. Oh yes, we must go over our yearly stats. Tom Brady put up almost 5,000 yards. 47-54 for 42 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. Kareem Hunt had a 1,300-yard season with 14 touchdowns. Sony Michel 323 and 8. Tom Brady got himself one, and Josh Gordon got a rushing touchdown. So he had good running. Emmanuel Sanders, 1239 for 16 scores. 908 for Josh Gordon, 5 scores. Matt Lacoste had 6. Kareem Hunt had 5. Nikhil 2. Izzo. See, I need more than that there, Nikhil Harry. Shaq Mason did not give up a sack the entire season. Xavier McKinney and Grant Delpit led the team in tackles with 111 and 91 respectively. Our TFL's leader was Xavier McKinney with 11. Sacks, Kyle Van Noy with 9. Hightower 6.5. John Simon 6.5. 3.5. We did get a lot of sacks this season, which is good. Sack numbers are kind of up. Xavier McKinney, Duke Dawson, and Pat Chung all tied with 3 interceptions. Gilmore had 2, Bentley had 2, Delpit had 1. Any defensive touchdowns? Duke Dawson had a defensive touchdown. Sony Michel ran a kick return back. Let's go. And no punt return touchdowns. So, as of right now, we still have Brady, so let's see if he stays for one more season. Because if not... Ugh. '79 offense. It is official. Tom Brady has retired. Well, Kareem Hunt's a X Factor now, by the way. 95 overall with Wrecking Ball. With Bulldozer. And he's got Outside Zone Guru as well. I think. But also, McKinney and Delpit, both X Factors. We have 2 X Factor safeties, Zone Hawk for Grant with Unfakeable, and Universal Coverage. He don't mess around. And McKinney's abilities are Zone Hawk, Unfakeable, and Zoned Out. And then we have Gilmore also. Troy Dye ended up being a star dev, by the way. He's now 78 overall. Oof. That's bad. So we have a lot of improvements to make on the defensive side of the ball. J.C. Jackson is going to be our now number 2 corner. But I'll bet he's going to regress too. Like, I mean, we do still have Geronimo, but I'll let him go. We're gonna re-sign. We still need to re-sign J.C. Jackson. J.C. Jackson signed back up. Devlin. He's like Pat's legacy at this point. Oh. Well, let's see. I'll see if I can't bring Devlin back within free agency. Gostkowski chooses not to sign as well. But we did maintain J.C. Jackson, which was like imperative that we do. So I'll see you if we make a big free agency signing. You could call it a big signing if you want, but you know who we're grabbing. Alright, so these are our free agent targets. We had a lot of money to use. So we went after Trent Williams with the idea that we're going to move him over to right tackle. We got George Kittle. That one I made sure was the top offer on. We might be able to get Richard Sherman. Rankins and Samson Abukum are our other options. Let's see if we get them. So we landed George Kittle, but did not get Trent Williams or Sheldon Rankins, which is unfucking fortunate. On Abukum, we are now outbid, so we're going to reject ours, we'll pull ours back, and then throw it back in. Let's boost that up a bit, because Van Noy is getting old. That's Abukum. He wants more signing bonus, doesn't he? We'll put it up to 5.4. 94 points. Oh, God. How much is Jacksonville trying to pay this man? Go to 5.5. 15.4. 96. Oh my God. Let's re-evaluate. 93 points for Sherman. No, not 2 years. I just want him for 1. 96. Okay. Let's try 11. 99. Come on. Let's go to 5.5 and a quarter. 100. Jeez, Washington's trying to pay this man. 11 and a half. We're over. Doesn't guarantee he's going to sign with us, though, so... Alright, I'm just going to try to go the 1 point over. Alright, we have Kittle there now, so we're good there. We could probably... oh yeah, we missed out on... Phil Linsley is available. A lot of running backs tend to be very available. Tack McKinley. Let's just yeet him a bag. Let's see what happens. 90. And then we're going to throw on a Deion Dawkins here. 90. And you know what? Let's see what happens, chat. So Samson Abukum, Tack McKinley, all rejected. Oof. That means we have a lot of money lying around. I could. Well, that's right. I don't have a kicker right now. I almost forgot. Goskowski didn't re-sign. Braden, man. That's a star dev punter. Our punter is getting a yeet. I will take a star dev punter, man. Robbie Gold will be fine for a year. Demario Davis. I mean, we'll be fine for a year. Yeah, I think that's gonna be all we do. It's like, I don't want to like supremely overpay kind of thing. So I could realistically sign Drew Brees right now and then have him, but I want to, you know, we're gonna go for Demario Davis because he has that superstar. We'll sign Carlos Dunlap because, well, or attempt to anyway. I might bring John Ross in with that insane speed. I mean, there's really not much. I could always try and draft a DN though that can come in and produce right away. But I have Hunt and Michelle, so I'm not gonna worry about these other backs here. So let's go to the draft, chat. Do I really need to make... You already knew it was coming. Trevor Lawrence is a Patriot. Alright. We got back into the first round by sending a future second and our second to the Chargers for the number 9. And Sony Michel, by the way. Alright, here we are. Draft recap. Hey, as you see with the live pick, you knew damn well once we got the number 1 overall, we were getting Trevor Lawrence. It was happening. He is the next Tom Brady. And we ended up picking up Merlin Robinson with that 9th overall pick that we got. Because, let's face it, Demario Davis is getting old. Kyle Van Noy is just regressing like a mug. So we ended up getting Merlin Robinson here. We also picked up Tyler Johnson, who has a... Both of these have hidden dams, by the way, as does Mr. Johnson here. Then we drafted Malik Herring and Sam Williams towards in the 4th and the 6th. But getting Tyler out of the 3rd round, I'm like, okay. But our big pick, as you probably have guessed, was Trevor Lawrence. Alright, we are here. Year number 3 is upon us now. Let me just do these quick. 2 years in a row with Tom Brady, where we just barely get edged out of the postseason. Now, with it being the Trevor Lawrence show, we shall see what happens. We also gave him a superstar X Factor tight end to work with, which kind of works out. But we also moved, I think this was our 3rd rounder, Tyler Johnson. Let me look again. I think this was our 3rd round pick. Yep, 3rd rounder. We almost went to the 4th round, but our 3rd round pick is now at the end. We got Merlin over here. And Demario Davis, we moved Kyle Van Noy to the inside along with Troy Dye. Our 2 X Factor safeties and Stephon Gilmore. So, I will see you at the midway. Well, this isn't starting off well. 1-5-1. And we traded our 1st round for this year to Jacksonville. Yeah, so we don't even have a 1st or 2nd round pick. Because Jacksonville has our number 1 overall. Ooh. But the Trevor Lawrence show not going off well. But, you know, rookie year, you can only do so much. Ooh, also, Merlin Robinson got an ability. Unfakeable. So that says to me, superstar dev. At least, he is a superstar in fact. Now, let's see if our other rookies ended up. Trevor Lawrence's is still under wrap. Our 3rd rounder is a star dev, by the way. But I can only assume that Trevor Lawrence's is at least X Factor, so... well, let's see what happens in the playoffs, I suppose. Okay, definitely turned it around at the 2nd half of the season. We ended at 6-9-1. Oh God, the Raiders moved. So that's interesting. So we'll have a new AFC West team. Big upgrades there. But let's go over the yearly stats before I forget. Because I will most likely forget. Ooh, not bad, Trevor Lawrence. Top 10 in the league in passing yards. 4,112, 25 touch. See, this number needs to go up. 7 picks, though. Kareem Hunt, just short of 1,100 yards, 7 touchdowns. Damian Harris had 11 scores. Trevor Lawrence with 161 yards on the year. Even Stidham had some, Emmanuel Sanders getting 1,000 yards. George Kittle falling 6 yards short. Pretty well spread out, but Emmanuel Sanders had 8 touchdowns. Oof. Troy Dye led the league in tackles. Demario Davis second in 94. Led the team in tackles 124. TFLs was Cowart. Now 6. 8.5 for Merlin. 6.5 for Kyle Van Noy. Troy Dye 5. Tyler Johnson 5. Mario Davis 4.5. We got pressure from a lot of different places, which was nice. And Duke Dawson and Xavier McKinney led the team in interceptions, each with 3. Was there any defensive touchdowns, though? No. Any kick return touchdowns? 1 for John Ross. And Feaster did not get a punt return touchdown. Alright. So, I'll see you at Resigns. Alright, so, time to look at the Pro Bowl rosters. Mitch Trubisky is in the AFC now. Interesting. Kareem Hunt made the Pro Bowl. None of our guys made the Pro Bowl. George Kittle made it. Shaq Mason, 3rd consecutive year. Troy Dye making it in there, right on. And neither of our badass safeties making it in, which is kind of depressing, actually. It's Cowboys Colts in the Super Bowl. No, anyway, now we're going to go and transition into the yearly awards, of which Josh Allen won MVP over Zeke, Luck, from Bridgewater. How did Josh Allen, who was 7-9 by the way, win MVP? The Coach of the Year was Sean McVay. Nerd Belichick, not even on the list. So Josh Allen was Offensive Player of the Year. No Patriots here. Jadeveon Clowney wins Defensive Player of the Year with Troy Dye at number 5. Offensive Rookie of the Year, you seen that one coming, Trevor Lawrence. No other Pats on the list. And Merlin Robertson winning Defensive Player, Rookie of the Year, I'm sorry. With Tyler Johnson at number 7. How Josh Allen won MVP over Andrew Luck, I don't know. But Lawrence and Robertson getting their dev trades. Or not dev trades, upgrade points. And you saw it coming. X Factor for Trevor Lawrence. So now, in the draft, we need to upgrade at D tackle if we can, but I might have some money to play with, so I'll see you at the end. At the end of free agency. So we ended up signing Chris Harris. We lost out on J.J. Watt, though, which is unfortunate, because we had the best deal for him out there. But we also threw an offer in Antonio Brown. That's a thing we did. I'm going to try and sign K'Wan Short, though. See if I can't leverage him into D tackle. We're the only offer he has. And yeah, man. Let's see if we get him. Alright, so here's our draft recap. We just stayed at where we were. Didn't try to trade up to the first round like I normally would, but we did get Xavier Peters here, who's got that hidden dev. Defensive end. 72 overall. Joseph Nagata, or however you want it. Nata, or however it's pronounced. Wide receiver 70 overall with a hidden dev, so that's at least a star. Jalen Gill, wide receiver, hidden dev. Joe Tryon and Brian Thompson, just kind of meh. But we are en route for year number 4 here just shortly. Alright, year number 4 is upon us. And, well, we haven't made the playoffs in 3 straight years. Let's see if we can change that this season. Alright, we're 2-5 at the midway point now. Like, Trevor Lawrence is supposed to be the answer here. Where are we, like, lacking on our team here? Like, so I'm thinking like our defense is probably the sore point on our team, but what you see, there's good devs all over the place. Like, what is going on? So I'm thinking we might just need a coach change. But I'm gonna sim out the season anyway and see if this improves. We could go on an 8-game winner for all we know. So, contracts to negotiate. Stephon Gilmore wants to do another 1 year. N'Keal Harry and Joe Tooney are up for re-sign. N'Keal Harry signed up. Oh, David Andrews is also up for renegotiation as well. Let's see, Joe Tooney signed up. Now let's see, David Andrews signed up. Okay, we're on shorts on 1 year. We'll re-sign the punter. Oh, he wants more money? Really? Bitch. Chase Vinovich. A lot of contracts running out, so Robbie Gold we'll get him a deal. Vinovich just wants a 1 year prove it deal, so John Ross, I think I'm gonna let him walk. K'Wan Short, Chris Harris, I think they're gonna walk as well. But Stephon Gilmore, I'll get him the bag. Gilmore resigns, so we'll have to come back to the table with our kicker and our punter, but see what the rest of the season holds, guys. Okay, so it wasn't a very competitive AFC East, but we still were last in the division, 3 games back from the Dolphins, who win. What? What about Gillette Stadium now? Farewell to their old home. What? Huh? I think they might have just built a new stadium. So we're not going to be at Gillette Stadium anymore? But Griffin Murphy here, he's got to go. Pro reads, inside Deadeye, conductor, homer, red zone Deadeye, and safety valve are the abilities of one Trevor Lawrence. Like, what? But when we come back, we will have a new coach hired. So maybe I can't do it in the playoffs. I have to wait till regular season starts. But here's the Pro Bowl rosters. So far, nobody on our team. George Kittle made a Pro Bowl. There we go. Oof. So far, only George Kittle has made a Pro Bowl. Wow. Completely blanked on the Pro Bowl outside of George Kittle. So now we're going to take a look at the yearly awards here. Tua Tagovailoa wins the MVP. No Pats on the list. Coach of the Year went to Tomas Pita with the Giants. Offensive Player of the Year was Tua Tagovailoa. Defensive Player of the Year was Miles Jack, with Troy Dye coming in at number 8. Rookie of the Year offensively was Garrett Wilson, with Joseph Nagata at number 4. Defensive Rookie of the Year was Brandon Smith, with no Patriots there. I think I have to be in the off season because for some reason it's not letting me fire my coach. It's only offering upgrade packages. So we'll fix that here momentarily, and I will see you soon. Alright, so our draft recap is as follows here. So, we drafted 3 D tackles in the first 3 rounds. 2 with hidden dev traits, 1 is a normal. So Ralph Lamb and Angel Rose here both have hidden devs. Then I let the CPU draft for me after the center, so let's take a look here. 62 normal corner. 59. That's a whiff. 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 And watch, another whiff. Well, we at least scored on 2 of our 3D tackles that we have, so I will see you at the start of year number 5. So as you see, our new coach is Kyle Shanahan. So it turns out you can't fire your coaches in the playoffs or the off season, but you can in preseason and regulars. So that's a thing to keep a note of if you choose to do a coaching change if you're an owner. Here we are. Year number 5 is about to begin. First year under Kyle Shanahan. Now, am I confident? No. I'm just hoping we make the playoffs so we don't get blanked this entire rebuild. So, I will see you guys at the midway. Well, that's not the greatest of things to see, but we are 3-4. So, I mean, we're doing better at the midway point. Oh, first things first. Delpit re-signed. Bang. Xavier McKinney throwing the bag at him. So our stud safeties are together still. Troy Dye, we're gonna definitely make sure he's signed up. JC Jackson, we're gonna make sure he's signed up again. All y'all can go to hell. But Stephon Gilmore again. But right now, we're also going to re-sign Shaq Mason, who's literally our best guard. So we do need to come back to the table with Troy Dye. We are going to re-sign Gilmore. So I will keep re-signing him. But, it's so far not terrible under Kyle Shanahan, and we will see you at the playoffs. We got blanked all 5 years. But first year under Kyle Shanahan, 8-8. That is a debate. Like, that could have gone either way for the Pats. So we're technically tied for first in the division, but via tiebreakers, Miami technically wins the division. So let's see why the Jets and the Dolphins have the tiebreaker over me. Let's see the playoff schedule, alright? Texans, Steelers, Saints, Seahawks, Bengals, Dolphins, Falcons, Packers. Oh, I was looking at league schedule. I need team schedule. Oh, back to the Patriots. Regular season. Well, we took an L to the Dolphins and the Jets early on, but then beat the Jets. So we 1-1 the Jets, but we lost both games to the Dolphins. Now, let's see the Jets' schedule. We lost to the Dolphins twice. So, by somehow, shape, or form, against the Jets ended up having the tiebreaker over me at that point. But, you know, not bad. We're on. So, 3 of the 5 years, we have just barely missed the playoffs. So, not bad. Those first 2 years we missed the playoffs, however, were with Tom Brady. So, let's see here. We'll go over stats and yearly awards here in a moment. So, it's the Seahawks and the Browns in the Super Bowl, by the way. Sean Clifford was the MVP with the Steelers. Andrew Luck's with the Buccaneers? When did he go to the Buccaneers? Oh yeah, he was a free agent, wasn't he? Coach of the Year went to Jason Garrett. But Clifford was the Offensive Player of the Year for the AFC. Trevor Lawrence was at number 8. Defensive Player of the Year was CJ Mosley. No Pats on the list here. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Dijon Hyde was 3. Antonio Goodwin, number 1. No other Patriots. Ralph Lamb and Angel Rose, both number 1 and 2. Adrian Hardy was at number 4. So, there was good and bad that were had here. Now let's take one final look at the team that we had made. With the unexpected retirement of Julian Edelman, that kind of caught me off guard a little bit. But Trevor Lawrence is now up to a 91. Kill Harry's an 86. Jalen Gill is a 75. But those star dev boys, they're climbing. Outside of Prince Tegawanago, all stars on the offensive line. Ralph Lamb turned into a superstar development, by the way. Angel Rose was a star. We are now in a 4-3 system. Trevor Dye is still growing. Merlin Robertson is growing. Our safeties are just studs. But unfortunately, we couldn't get the job done. And I think this is the first rebuild that I've done so far in 20 where I've been blanked in playoff appearances. And it's ironically with my team. So, the sim was just not kind to us this time, man. But let's see who wins the Super Bowl. My bet's it's the Browns. Because the Browns tend to win everything. The Seahawks actually beat the Browns. So, with that said, though, we're going to make sure Troy die. In case I want to play this franchise later. Make sure he's re-signed. Because everyone else, that's... We'll sign Prince Tega. But Vinovich is going to go. I think we're going to let Stefan... Oh, he just wants a little more salary? I can give him a little more salary. That's fine. He's still an 85 overall. Signing just various one-year deals. But that's going to do it for this Patriots rebuild. If you liked it, leave a comment down below. And the next rebuild you will see was determined with the Browns rebuild, and that will be that of the Los Angeles Rams. So, I hope to see you soon. Good day, goodbye, and good